TV. I'm your host, Hako, also known as Artist Poet on the PlayStation Network. So this morning you saw the update, a hot fix. I don't know too much about, but in traditional Bungie hotfix fashion, not much of what we really wanted addressed was taken care of. At least, uh, mechanically speaking, this stuttery and all the other BS that goes along with it. I'm not. Uh, Sorry, I'm fucking with some allergies. Anyway, don't get me wrong. I mean, I love this game. There's a lot about this game that appeals to me. I like the fact that you can tool around with some of the build. There's not a lot of deep customization involved here. There's a lot of cosmetics that don't really, appeal to me. Um, the character classes kind of seem a little bit, I don't know, put together kind of like a high school musical uh, at the grade school level. So, yeah, they call themselves a shared world because they can't be an MMO because everybody knows that a real MMO would just have a base game and then layers of content would be added over years um, to the base game and improvements would be made and things like that. There'd be stories written and things that go on with all that. Yeah, I can't say like that enough. But so yeah, they call themselves a share world, and that was something that Activision had them to do because contractually they were supposed to come out with a new game every 3 to 4 years, like they did for Microsoft with the Halo franchise. Oni never saw that kind of development, which is a shame because I really did enjoy the gameplay in Oni. So the extent that it and Wrath of Heaven were the only two games that I actually played when I got back from school or work, um, or if my wife was busy tending to our wee ones and I was left twiddling my thumbs, metaphorically speaking. So yeah. Anyway, so, like I said, I mean, I think if only were to be revisited by Bungie now that they have control of their, hopefully they have control of the IP. I don't know. They may not have control of that title. It may have been like Halo, where they just kind of sold it off to get out of the contract with Microsoft, so they can go on to other things. And Activision did a lot to basically hogtie them into concepts and models that were popular with the Call of Duty franchise, but don't really sell too well in an environment such as Destiny was being built. So that's why we got Destiny 2. Not because Bungie wanted to just go ahead and walk away from a mountain of complexities and mechanical issues from Destiny 1, because obviously not. Destiny 1 is still being played and still fun. I have not myself reinstalled the disc. I have too many games on my console right now as it is that I don't really play, and I'm doing some house cleaning later on. But yeah, so no Destiny 3, which is perfectly fine. I mean, I'm excited to see the game of Destiny evolve and expand on its own. Uh, but at the same time, it seems like Destiny 2 kind of really didn't impress me much. The launch of the Red War, I was really excited at the idea of saying, oh my god, we're going to have lightless guardians. This could be a choice. Maybe we can get options to like have actual characters and growth abilities and things like that. As you can see, this game is really popping all over the place. It doesn't bring up the roster. Oh, yeah, here we go. Let's just do this. Alright, looking into the roster, I see one guy who has an open fire team and me having a really shitty connection. Um, I found out, well, I didn't find out. I've been running a theory that when you see that little open fire team bar there, because that's what you look up here, you go down to here, it says public fire team. I have mine set to clans and friends. So when you see the public fire team indicator, chances are this person's really not doesn't really have that open. That's not really an open fire team right there. That's letting you know that the peer-to-peer connection is between you and that person, or persons, if you're in a larger lobby. Um, and if you're suffering connection, you know you've got a good connection, I know I have a good connection. I did all my testing and everything like that before. I do all that before I go on any public game. Uh, I call them social games because they are. But anytime I get online to play an online game, I do check my bars. I check my connection. I check my modem. I make sure everything's fine. I make sure that I've got a nice clean connection. I even go so far as to make sure there isn't that much cross interference going on with other devices. Um, Bluetooth is the one thing that will mess you up, both on the controller and if you're using Wi-Fi,
I can't tell these
which I do. So I take all internet lag with a big grain of salt, like a huge, humongous chunk, and don't immediately say shenanigans. But it also, I understand that it's a lot of Bungie's architecture problems because of the peer-to-peer architecture, which I'm not sure if it was a Bungie choice or an Activision push, but it was meant to, I guess, save them on infrastructure, whatever. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a computer programmer or network specialist. I worked with a bunch of them. It's kind of my job to work with them. But I understand enough to know when things aren't right. But not enough to, like, I didn't die, so I don't know why that just happened. Somebody must have ran forward enough. I know enough to know when things aren't right, but not enough to know how to fix it or how to get started looking for the problems. That's Bungie's job. That's what we're paying them for. And let's not forget that we're paying them to entertain us. Yes, it's on us to try to be a good host, to be a good guest, and to be mindful and respectful of the other guests. And this goes into some topics and philosophies that I'm not going to touch on right now because it's just not place. But ultimately, if you're seated at a table and you're going to be served food, you have expectations, and you made payment for those expectations, and compensation has been had for performance. So I don't know at what point. It seemed like in Destiny 1 there were issues, there were bugs, there was lag, disconnects and things like that at certain times. But it's not as been as bad since Destiny 2 has come around. And I think honestly it has gotten a lot worse with cross save, and also opening up the environment. Now, PlayStation still plays with PlayStation, Xbox is still partitioned, Xbox, so forth and so on. We don't play against Steam players, we don't play against Stadia players. But I have a feeling that I'm not certain, I don't know for certain if this instance that I'm in is unique to PlayStation. It might actually be also accessible to Stadia, Steam, and Xbox. There's no transparency on that. That Bungie has not gone forward and actually revealed anything about how their specific architectures together. Unless, at least I have not done enough to find that document. I'm sure it's out there. I'm sure somebody has talked about it. Can we kill this guy right now? Fuck, I want to kill him now. Oh, dang it. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Yeah, solar burn. First down in 2 games. So yeah, Bungie claims there's a hotfix. We don't know what the details are right now. I'll have to go find that doc. But as far as I can see, in gameplay on its own right now, it doesn't look like much to fix. I don't know what they fixed. At least it's not anything to do with strikes, apparently. So who's to say? More importantly, they have at least announced that they understand what's wrong with the quest for Felwinter's inheritance. I would like to know what that is, honestly. I would very much like to know what happened. Is it because this week was supposed to be the rotation for the EDC bunker, the moon bunker, and they just weren't ready with the assets? Although I've been told that people have found a way into the area, and there's actually screenshots out there of it. So, I mean, the architecture's there, but the assets aren't in place, I guess. if I don't know what the difference is between those two terms. This is what somebody else was telling me. Uh, Architecture is like this shit that we're looking at. It's also an asset because it's the skins and shit. Um, I guess it's the environment is built, the armature is in place. If you want to look at it from an artistic point of view, you're sculpting, which technically, CG work is sculpting. No, just an actual shit. Oh, I'm dead now too. Shit. Wow, that was. Oh, the beams. God, stay away from those guys. This would make a fantastic arena. Could you imagine a Black Armory Forge that had this mechanic in it? Laser beams cutting across the area to fuck you up. And we're not going to get anywhere like this, so fuck off. This is boring. I know a lot of people want to point at COVID-19 having to work from home as being the reason, but that's really not the reason. It's just the fact that, they've got a whole lot more shit in the game to deal with than they really have the infrastructure to handle. And I really believe that. I really think that's really the problem.
Wait for it.
Why do I have to... See, look at that. When I swapped guns, there's a stutter that wasn't there earlier. I don't know what that stutter is all about. Sorry. This is like the best spot to be in. Just making sure you're aware of the laser beams.
They've activated more lasers.
Yep.
It's hard not to admire the artistry.
It certainly isn't.
Really not.
Technically, we can leave. There's no point in killing and wasting ammo in there. Nope. Go ahead and glitch out all you want. Nice. Stay off the ropes, dudes. Literally, it's a boxing ring. Stay off the fucking ropes.
It's always an honor, Guardian. Take care of him, Ghost.
If you let me.
I really don't like the Mercury missions. I mean, thematically, they work out, Oh, now you got a super? Wait, what? What? Oh, I see. You're using a Jotun. Were you using it the whole time, or only when your ass wasn't itching? Fuck. The attitude of some people. So yeah, am I heartbroken about the Fellwinter line not being completable? There's your answer. Not really. I do play with shotguns, and yeah, the Fellwinter is going to be really awesome to fuck around with, but in the end, I'm kind of a sidearm hand cannon kind of person, and rifle, which of course makes modding my armor a bit on the strenuous side. I have to look for either a hand cannon with a really fantastic stability and snap sights, or I have to find an auto rifle with similar traits so that I can put the mods on them. Actually, I should double check my mods to make sure that I'm performing properly, because it looks like, for some reason, my artifact is disabled. What the hell? Oh, that's because I'm farting around with the... there we go. Yeah, normally Risk Runner is my go-to. I'll play with the Risk Runner because it's like fun. Don't need that anymore. Don't do that. There we go. I'm almost there. Almost there. 7th Seraph Cloak. Why do I have that and not the Firesmith one? That was bizarre. I don't recall changing out my armor like that. Hello. Sorry, I gotta adjust some things here. Alright, so we got one more strike to do for Pinnacle Gear. I'll let you guys hang around for a little bit. You get to see what's going on there. I really need a coffee. So, overall thoughts on Destiny 2? I don't know. Like I said, initially I was really disappointed that they exploded our vaults and wiped away all the Destiny 1 stuff. I am especially salty about the fact that the emblem can't stop the signal, can't be wouldn't going to come over. I know it's trifling, but I mean, it's what got me into doing what I'm doing right now. You know, 70 hours of streaming your game play. Myself and a bunch of our buddies, a bunch of the friends I had in Destiny 1, we all worked together to do it. You know, we didn't do 70 hours straight. That's obviously not going to have happened. But where are we going? Oh, this way. So he's confused. He's walking into walls. Oh, please. It's just a bunch of Vex. No, throw a knife. Throw a grenade. Whatever. I can just do this. There we go. Having fun. This is going to be a fun strike to get sword kills in. Gotta get those Cyclops. They need to die super fast. I know a lot of people like to cook their supers waiting for the big show. I don't know. It's just another round of the bullet in the gun, you know? It's just another bullet. Spend it when you got it. You're gonna get more if you're doing it right. Play the frickin' game.
There's a giant Vex sphere in this chamber. Like the ones on Nessus, but colossal. And there's a door leading inside.
Where'd it die?
That could very well be the Taken's objective.
The first major offensive since the Dreaming City.
How far back did he die?
Get inside that
Did he say
sphere.
Guardian down?
We need to know what they're after.
Oh. Yeah, sorry buddy. You're kind of on your own there. I've done that death before. That's not fun. Gotta watch yourself when you're in this particular part of the game. Fuck your shit up. Lights. Well, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. There's your sword block. Up, there we go. Oh, hello. Looks like my fire team is shooting at the turret. When your aim is as shit as mine, you like close, of course.
Zavala, this whole sphere
Close
is a
encounters.
dedicated processing
Yeah, that's what
structure.
you need to do.
A giant Vex computational array.
What could the Taken want with a Vex computer?
The Taken want nothing.
There's eavesdropping, I see.
Bother guessing at the Taken's intentions. Ask instead what is sought by the hand that directs them.
Alright, let's do this. You know what? I don't care. These guys obviously don't really have an idea of what the fuck to do, so I'm just gonna go ahead. I don't know. I have to take over. But I guess. Whatever. It's FTW. Just waiting for the other guy to die. What are you doing? Uh-huh. I love that I get this super fucking awesome lunge whenever I'm like in a strike, but I need that shit in PvP and not gonna happen. Ever. That took way too long.
Finally mounting assaults beyond the dreaming city. I was just the beginning.
Indeed. They are driven by grander ambitions. But these designs are beyond our reach for now. Savathun is chaos and confusion with every motion. Until her plans truly unfurl, we can do little more than react.
You. That's right. Up. Oh, fuck me. I got pushed or something because I wasn't moving in that direction. I'll just do the playback. More than likely, I just got shoved. Come on, you guys. You got this. Try not to push. So what have you guys not covered? Okay, there we
There. That must be the anchor. The Taken's route into the sphere. Destroy it.
know it's solar powered, right? I used to tease that when the takeover first introduced into the game, that it was Bungie trying to go ahead and capitalize on the idea that the game was lagging so bad. It was sort of the taking game that things started to get a little bit dicey with the game's connections. It was like it's not like my internet changed or anything. That pushed him to his final stage. That's it. This part. I'm not gonna go for a wipe. Come on, dude. Can't move anymore. I'm gonna find the other Cyclops. Is there another Cyclops here?
We killed the taken commander and secured the central sphere. I think the Vex can handle the rest.
Cool.
Savathun
Go take a
is
break now.
gathering her strength, Zavala. If we hope to
I
survive
wonder what
what's to
my
come,
pinnacle gear
we
is.
must prepare.
We defeated Oryx. If Savathun wants a fight, she'll get one.
Alright, so I clear all these out. Head back to the tower, which is technically not really the tower. And let's take a look and see what our pinnacle gear was. Should be 1006. Yep, there it is. 1006. Okay, so now let's see. Need more enhancement cores. Checking stats. So, alright, I guess that's it for now. I hate to spend it on just one upgrade. There's only 1 point there. Power level really doesn't mean too much to me, which is why I'm so sarcastic about pinnacle gear. Mostly I'm looking for armor stats. I want some stuff that's got a high stat value. Whether it goes to weapons, I look for good rolls and good perks. Power level matters when it comes to Iron Banner and Trials of Osiris, but everything else is kind of battle leveled, which is to say that it's got a power cap on it. So if you get to a certain point above that, all that is just a waste. Like, say, for instance, if a activity is power capped at 1005 and you stroll in with 1010 without artifact, you don't get anything more than that. You wasted 5 levels plus whatever levels your artifact was. So, be aware of that when you go struggling for higher power levels. Not to mention, you're going to get grandfathered in the next season. There's always a power bump, that can bring you up to the next power soft cap. So really, just riding the power creep is all you got to be, focused on. And then, of course, looking for, the best rolls for the guns you like to play and the style you like to play. And the same goes for the armor. Let's see what we got here, good-wise. Oh, the Voracious.
Fenchurch says a lot
I
of
have to figure out what that is.
fantastic things.
And I want to buy this
I
ship.
tend to believe him.
I'm not much into the cosmetics, but this is a really cool ship design.
Out. We'll do the same to whomever comes next.
And with the right shader, it could be even cooler looking. Alright, let's go check out this dude over here. Master Rahul used to be the scorn of every guardian. They've since put him in his corner.
Circumstances change, but
Literally.
data remains.
And then Vuvuzala's got something for us, so let's go take a look at his stuff.
Hello, Guardian.
Guardian. Alright, let's take a look. First, go ahead and investigate the interference. Yes. Garbage. Let's go ahead and level this sword up.
But you'll need it on the
Come on. I would have liked this to have been a one-handed sword, personally, just because the two-handed style fits with the striker's sure hand. That's a beefy sword. It's kind of like a claymore almost. But the just in case looks more like a rapier, so using a two-handed is kind of awkward in my opinion. I'm not a sword geek like Shadiversity is or anything like that, but I would think that the just in case would have a slightly different handling to it. And that's kind of what I would think. But anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks you guys for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and enjoy the game. Have fun.